night of racing action. We're thankful for the track owners, Randy and Sue, for all the work they put in this track. We're enjoying it this year. Pray for the safety tonight of the drivers, the fans, the pit crews, as well as the track officials.
Again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Midvale Speedway. It is night number 2 of play. The 22 of Jaybird tonight. The 28 cars are Ritter to the green in turn 4, Smith and Schneider in row 2, Bella Smith and Rich Densecker row 3 and speedway.
Rule in the 99 car up front for the opening start. And off of turn number 4, here we go. Car of Molar running side. Oh, Markham's going to close the door coming to the turn. And that opens the door for Willis. 3 wide and 2. 3 wide. Will it work? Molar checks up off the second turn. Ed Midvale, the 4 car, running the inside lane. Going to make a run at Markham for third.
traffic.
Laps for the fast heat in the Summit Racing Economy Modifieds. Into turns 1 and 2, Adam Stewart in the 62 car. Into the lead, it's Rosenberry, the youngster in the outside lane, one of the teenage drivers here in the modified class. And coming off of 4, leading the way will be the 62 of Stewart. Rosenberry had a chance to get to the bottom, but Willison's going to fill that opening. Willison gets to the inside of Rosenberry for the number 2 position. Move Willison up into second. Doug Meyer in the 31 car trying to come along as well. Meyer racing with us here at Midvale Speedway for the first time in a number of years after racing Sandusky, Lorain County, and other racetracks. Rosenberry does drop into line in the number 3 position, right on the rear bumper of Willison Jr. Leading the way, the 62 of Stewart, and Willison opens up the inside lane as Rosenberry will try to take advantage. Halfway this time, 4 laps in, 4 to go for Stewart. Willison, Rosenberry in the 31 car of Doug Meyer. Willison, second groove, looks to be pretty good tonight. He's hanging out there despite making the mistake in turn 1 a lap ago, and actually he's going to pull forward. Now he's sideways. He's going to lose a few spots. Willison, the 98. Rosenberry in the 12. Rosenberry slipped as well, and that allows Willison to get back into that battle for second. Stewart, a huge lead build up. Stewart leading the way, 6 laps in, 2 laps to go for the 62. Your leader, the 62 of Stewart, second place. The 12 car of Rosenberry, third. The 98 of Willison, fourth is Meyer in the 31. Final circuit, white flag for the 62 of Stewart. Stewart running strong tonight. He ran strong last week, unfortunately. Got sideways, went a lap down in the feature. Coming to the checkered flag, it will be the 62 of Adam Stewart, the heat race win. Rosenberry, Meyer, Willison, Dobbins, McClintock, and the 17 of Randy Smart completing our field in the fast heat for the modifieds. Was pretty good a week ago, but got caught a lap down in the feature. Much improved, and a much improved look for the 62 in 2012. Let's hear it for Adam Stewart. Again, Lee McCreary starting 6th, the 110 car making his first modified start. That's Mike Green, and the 82 is Tom Ertl, Green in 4. Into the first turn we go, and leading the way is going to be Greg Hull, but Usage tries to fight back. Car slip sliding around in turn number 2. Usage in the outside lane with the 16 of Burkholder fighting low side. Good side-by-side action, front of the field, but Hull's car pushing badly. That allows the 16 of Burkholder to close in. Lee McCreary and Matthew Mills, they're boxed in. We've got them bumper to bumper down in 3 and 4. Hull sideways all the way to the bottom, and now we've got the 16 of Burkholder and the number 2 car McCreary coming to a stop on the infield. 11 coming to green off of turn number 4, ready to go. 7 circuits remain. Second mod. Lee McCreary moves quickly into the 3rd spot. Make it going for the lead. Oh, he'll get the stretch. Greg Hull will spin. Pull the back straightaway. The 15 of Greg Hull. Division of cars on hand tonight, and Greg Hull and Joe Usage come in with 1 lap in. Six to go, and Joe Usage is our new race leader. Hull's dropped back into second, and Lee McCreary trying to make his way to the front. So is Burkholder, hard into turns 3 and 4, and Bill Burkholder trying to make it happen in the second lane. That time is Greg Hull spinning towards the infield. He moves over nicely for second, third, and fourth now. And Matthew Mills, the Brook, the end. Mills nearly picked up a heat race win a week ago, but he spun on the final circuit, and Mills now has moved up into second. Matthew Mills, the youngster, has closed on Joe Houston. Look right on the backstretch. That opens the door for Lee McCreary for the second spot. McCreary and Mills for the runner-up position. Mills high up on the track, might lose a little traction up there. Opens the door for McCreary, and here comes Lee to the inside. Lee McCreary 3 and 4, and a new race leader for lap number 6 is Lee McCreary. McCreary taking over the top spot. Usage dropping into second. Burkholder and Mills battle for third. I like to see Mills working that outside groove as a rookie. We are on the final circuit for Lee McCreary. Burkholder spinning sideways, able to keep it in the right direction. Checkered flag this time, and McCreary picks up an exciting second heat race win. Second place to Usage, third goes to Mills, fourth goes to Burkholder, and finishing fifth of 15 of Greg Hull. Canton Auto Sales, Double Eagle Tattoo is in Car Automotive number 2. Put your hands together for Lee McCreary. Week in a row, the number 6 of Massillon's Mike Martin. 8 laps, this, the fast heat for the pure stocks. Into 1 and 2, the 31 of Abil into the lead. Abil going to be tough to beat starting from the number 1 spot in this race, that's for sure. The 74 of Passwater's second. Boron running third on the inside lane. Shimko looking to make a run at the 82 of Boron as well as the 2 of Leinert. Leinert looks strong in the second groove. Leinert running the high side. Boron running the low side, and Shimko making it a 3-car race for the number 3 position. It will be lap number 3 this time. 5 laps to go for Bill Abil. Boy, Shimko with his front bumper attached to the rear bumper of Boron's car pushes him through turns 1 and 2, and I think Teddy Oliver has just blown up. We are halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Bill Abil, your race leader, second place. Bob Passwell, look out on the backstretch as it was Leinert all kinds of sideways. He and Boron racing for third. Off of turn number 2, cars going smooth through the second corner that time. It's Abil with a good lead. 2 laps to go, final 2 circuits for the 31 of Abil. Leinert will take second away from Passwaters, but it's going to be the final circuit, white flag. Abil, Leinert, Passwaters, Boron racing for fourth with Joe Oliver in the 50. Your winner, Bill Abil. Second place to Leinert, third to Passwaters, fourth to Joe Oliver, fifth to Boron, sixth to Martin, and seventh goes to the 13 of Shimko. Let's hear it for your winner, Dover's Bill Abil. The Ace Auto Body Gym Service Classic Car Creations and M&D Design Car. Anyway, pure stock division. First one was a pretty good one. Other than Abil, he ran away with it, but the racing from second on back was tight. Green is out in turn 4. Harmon into the lead. It's going to be TJ Barker in the 11 following closely. He tries to get around the 18 of Anders as well. Anders holding him tight down the backstretch, giving Barker just enough room to keep his car on the racetrack. And TJ Barker's going to try to take second. Would have had it, but then Nick Harmon in the number 9 car got sideways off of the final turn. 1 lap in, and we've got some contact. 1 lap in and 7 to go. 3 wide for the lead, and Anders and Harmon are back up front. Harmon up the track. He gets sideways again, and Anders will take the lead for lap 2. Into the lead goes Josh Anders via the outside lane, the 18 car into the top spot. Will try to come along. Oh, Harmon just about wanted her up. Oh, and Tom Early in the 131 sideways rolls toward the inside of the racetrack. Caution flag for the 131. Caution for the 131 of Tom on the front row. Harmon in the 9 car. He loses second. He'll lose third as well. The 0 of Bauer able to make it by. We're 1 lap from the halfway mark. Barker applying the chrome horn down in 1 and 2. Anders still hanging to the lead. It's going to be 4 more laps to go this time for Anders, Barker, Bowers, Harmon, Early, and Martin. Josh Anders protecting the bottom. Barker wants it. He gets sideways coming off of turn number 2. Tom Early just about wads her up. Early off the pace in the 131. 3 to go. The 18 of Anders leading the way. 2 laps to go. Anders, Barker, and Bowers. Boy, George Bowers having his best run since joining the Pure Stock division a season ago. What flag? Bowers for the runner-up position. We are on the final lap, less than a half a lap to go. Coming off of turn number 4, the PL Landscape, Powell's Tree Service, 18. Josh Anders to the victory. Bowers a good run in second. Barker third. 4th place to Martin. 5th place to the number 9 of Harmon, and 6 goes to the 131 of Early. 10 to 12 a few weeks during the season, so good to see a great car count here for 2012. Your winner, Josh Anders. Anders, the PL Landscape, Powell's Tree Service car from Norton, Ohio. Mother's Day coming up tomorrow, but Colton Cottis and Jeffrey Orr came to the tower earlier wanting to wish a special happy Mother's Day to each of their mothers as we get ready for the green with 8 laps in our fast heat for the compacts. As we go into turn 1 and 2, it's going to be Colton Cottis into the lead. Kevin, the 175 of Justin Rinneker going into the 2nd spot. Adam Mishler in the 157 is sideways. He's going to be able to steer through the infield, do a little dirt tracking, get back out on the raceway, and continue on. Adam Mishler in the 157 using a little too much brakes down in 3 and 4. For the lead, we've got the 128 car of Colton Cottis and the 175 of Justin Rinneker. Jeffrey Orr in the 8 car joining the battle. Here comes Braden Swaney. Swaney, the top qualifier, the youngster in the 27. Nate Makowski spins Lenny Orr toward the infield. For the lead, a battle between the 175 of Justin Rinneker and the 8 car of Jeffrey Orr. Braden Swaney, the top qualifier, strong tonight, is running 3rd. And Jeffrey Orr clears the 175 of Rinneker to the infield. It's Lenny Orr in the 80 car. And so goes the 57 of Dan Bucky. Dan Bucky driving the 57 tonight is pulled to the infield. Jeffrey Orr leads, running second, the 175 of Riniker. Third is Braden Swaney. Fourth is the 128 of Colton Cottis. Fifth is Rector in the 22. Sixth, the 157. Of Adam Mishler, then Dustin Del Vecchio driving the 15, and Nate Makowski in the 23. We're on the final circuit. White flag. White flag is out for the number 8 of Jeffrey Orr. Coming to the checker, Jeffrey Orr picks up the heat race win for the compacts. The 175 of Riniker second, the 27 of Swaney third, the 22 of Rector fourth, and finishing fifth, the 128 car of Colton Cottis. Pulling to the line, your winner in car number 8, Jeffrey Orr. He's from Tusky, the Shook Auto, Pangrazio's Pizza Car. Green flag, 8 laps, small oval for the stock compacts. Down into the first turn we go, the 50 car of Bucky. Your leader down the backstretch, Bucky. His car driven tonight by Frederick as we come off of turn number 4. And in the lead, the 50 of Tim Frederick. Schreffler trying to drop in line. We're single file, first 3. Battle for the 4th spot as here comes Blaine Salisbury using the second lane. Salisbury and Gibson side by side. And for the lead, Ryan Schreffler. Schreffler on the inside, Frederick on the outside lane, and Ryan Schreffler moves into the number 1 position. It is the small oval here at Midvale Speedway for the stock compact division. Schreffler into the lead. Here comes Colton Bryan for second. Side by side coming off of turn 2. Good side-by-side action. We've seen it all night long, and it continues here in our stock compacts despite being on the flat small oval. Halfway, 4 in, 4 to go for Schreffler. So far holding off the 21 of Bryan, but Bryan all over the rear bumper, and now we've got some contact. Schreffler sideways, and here comes Frederick back into the lead. Uh-oh. Schreffler turns him down in turns 3 and 4, and we are going to keep racing. Yellow's now out. Schreffler. We are back underway. Up the banking goes Frederick. Colton Bryan into the grass. Here comes the 50 of Frederick and the 21 of Bryan, but it is the 29 car of Salisbury in the lead by a few car lengths. Your leader, Blaine Salisbury, in the 29 ride, closing in on a half straightaway advantage. 2 laps to go, 6 laps in. Blaine Salisbury, your leader, closing in on a straightaway advantage now. Final circuit, white flag for Blaine Salisbury. Salisbury, top qualifier today, quick in practice, and now he's going to be quick in the heat race. Checkered flag for Blaine Salisbury. Frederick in second. Bryan Salisbury's team car, the Gibson 82 in the 4th spot, and finish. Coming to the line, he's been extremely quick in the stock compact division to get us started this year. The PhilChalmers.com, Dutch Creek Foods, Talati Pipe, Tuscarawas County Chiropractic, and keeping you in stitches. Number 29, Uricksville's Blaine Salisbury. Green off of turn number 4. Here we go, pursuit race time for the late models. Jayberg had a look to the inside of Smith, wasn't able to make it happen. Now Schneider gets to the inside of Brian Smith for the number 6 spot. Schneider and Brian Smith racing. Smith's going to go to the outside of Ritter for 5th. Here we go for the number 6 spot. Now the number 5 spot. Brian Smith, bold move into turn 1, and Brian Smith trying to eliminate Jonathan Ritter off of turn 2. Jaybird will try to eliminate Randy Smith in the 3rd position. He closes the door. Sibler racing in the high lane back in the field. Good side-by-side action in the late model division. Brian Smith, Jonathan Ritter going at it for the number 5 position. Smith trying hard to eliminate Ritter. Bubba Smith looking high on the 17 of Schneider. So far, they're still racing. Everybody's still in this pursuit race. Brian Smith using up all the asphalt on the backstretch. Ritter working hard on the bottom lane. Really free coming off of the turns. Sometimes fast is loose, but maybe not quite that loose coming off the turns. Ritter sideways. Oh, Smith gets in the wall. He repeats what his brother did earlier tonight. Your leader, Gene Molnar Jr., halfway. Snyder on the inside. On the outside is Brian Smith. Schneider trying to eliminate Smith. So far, they're all still 10 on the raceway. Good racing action mid-pack. Brian Smith trying to make it happen in the 2nd groove. He's just been unable to clear that 28 car of Ritter, who's hanging in there. The Mountain State Missile on the inside lane. Brian Smith on the outside. Synchronized sliding coming off the board. This Australian pursuit race still going with 2 to go this time. It'll be 8 laps in, and now it's Rich Desecker in the 21 trying to get by Bubba Smith. Desecker and Bubba Smith going at it. Oh, Brian Smith, handful of steering wheel coming through 1 and 2. He's able to steer out of it. Coming to the white flag this time. Final circuit for Molnar. Your leader, Molnar. 2nd place, Midoff. 3rd, Randy Smith. 4th, Ron Jayberg Jr. Nobody being eliminated at this point. Coming to the checkered flag, your winner, Gene Molnar Jr. 2nd place goes to Midoff. And a battle coming across the line. That pursuit race for the late models tonight. Good racing action, though. Starting in the 1st position and finishing in the 1st position. LeKin's Auto Service Center, United Salvage Company. E&E Recycling, Channel Fabricating number 48. Let's hear it for Gene Molnar Jr. Myers, 17 Randy Smart, and 53 top qualifier Dobbins. 10 laps, or until only 1 car remains. Pursuit for the modifieds. Mike Green slips to the outside lane, and Mike Green in the 110 has been eliminated. He will have the 31 of Meyer trying to squeeze through. He's able to stay in this race. Meyer trying to move around. The 98 of Willison also eliminated. The 38 of Kevin McClintock. McClintock and Green out. Oh, and Stuart Mills some contact. Mills and Doug Meyer. Meyer trying to hang in there. Meyer hard into the turn, but Meyer's eliminated. Down to 5 cars left. Make it 6 on the backstretch. It's the 16 of Burkholder, 62 of Stewart, 12 of Rosenberry. As Stewart looks to the bottom lane. Everybody racing for that same piece of real estate. Stewart sideways. Look out. He'll spin it coming off of 2. Stewart keeps rolling. And Stewart will bring out the yellow. Burkholder, Rosenberry, Willison, Smart, and Dobbins. 5 cars with 7 laps to go. Oh, look out. Smart locks him up. He's eliminated. It was a brake check session going to 1, and that could have gotten ugly. Smart just about wadded his car up trying to avoid the mishap. It will be lap 4 with 6 to go for Burkholder, Rosenberry, Willison, and Dobbins. Willison's going to look to the bottom. He'll push the 12 of Rosenberry right beside the 16 of Burkholder. A little bit of bump drafting going on in turn 2. 5 in, 5 to go, and Burkholder's out of here. Things starting to look good for Dobbins. He's come from 10th to 3rd. Everyone else has been eliminated. Rosenberry, Willison, and Dobbins with 4 laps to go this time. Rosenberry will lead. Willison right on his rear bumper, waiting for a mistake. Dobbins hoping the two get together a little bit. He can try to get around him. And he almost got his wish. They make some slight contact in turn 3. 3 laps to go for Rosenberry, Willison, and Dobbins. Willison thinking about a look to the outside. He'll duck low coming through 2. It's Dobbins looking high. 2 laps to go. Final 2 circuits for the number 12 of Rosenberry. Will they finish this way, or will we have another last lap pass? I'm sure Mark Jr. didn't get to see his dad's pass he made in the heat race earlier, but if he can pull off the same feat in turn 3, he might end up in victory lane. Rosenberry leading at the white flag, but it's Willison closing. Down now to a few feet. Now he loses some ground. Coming off of 2. They go to 3. Coming to Terry Coletti's checkered flag. This pursuit in the modifieds going to Alex Rosenberry. 2nd to Willison. 3rd place to Dobbins. Good race for the Summit Racing Economy modifieds tonight. Another one of the youngsters from New Philadelphia, 2nd year racing in the modifieds. Let's hear it. Alex Rosenberry. Rosenberry Towing navigate the sponsors on the number 12. Number 6, Mike Martin. Green is out in 4. Joe Leinard ready to make a move, but Boron was ready to make a move as well, so Leinard gets stuck in the 3rd groove. He steers down the banking a little bit, but Shimko is now there. Vince Martin racing on the high lane. He's going to get sideways, go up the track. The cars will shoot by, and our first elimination is that of Vince Martin in the 5. Oh, contact between Abil and Early, and then Boron and Shimko nowhere to go. Is back underway. Side by side for the 2nd position, the 2 of Leinard goes to the outside of Bowers. He's not quite been able to pass him yet. He does going into 3. George Bowers is eliminated. So Bowers is out of this one, down to 5 cars. Now Joe Leinard will look to the outside of Josh Anders for the race lead. Bowers thinks he's still racing, but actually he has been eliminated. On the high side, Anders on the inside lane, and Leinard slips sideways. Bowers will take his ride to the pits. Anders still hanging in there. 5 cars left. It'll be 6 laps to go this time. 4 laps complete at the line for Josh Anders and Joe Leinard. Shimko looking to the inside. Shimko, a bold move in 3 and 4. Anders is sideways. He steers out of it, and Shimko eliminates Leinard. He eliminates Anders as well, and we're down to 3 cars left. Last week's feature winner, Bill Shimko, into the number 1 position. It'll be 6 complete, 4 to go this time for Shimko, Joe Oliver, and Mike Martin. Good racing action down to 3 cars, just like we were in the Summit Racing Economy Modified Division. The 6 of Martin looking to the outside. He was the top qualifier for a 2nd week in a row to get us started this year. Martin on the outside of Joe Oliver. Cars very equal, as they were our 2 tops in qualifying. 2 to go. Shimko, a comfortable lead build up. It's about 5 car lengths, middle of the straightaway. White flag for the 13 of Bill Shimko. Comes off of turn number 4, looking probably for his first ever pursuit race victory. And if he keeps it in the right direction and he put enough fuel in it, he should be able to find the stripe for the victory. Last week's feature winner in car number 13 from Massillon, Ohio, the Canton Car Connection, Canton Auto Sales number 13, Bill Shimko the win. Joe Oliver second, third place to the 6 of top qualifier Mike Martin. Or coming to the line, the Canton Car Connection, Canton Auto Sales, Ace Auto Body, Hoopie's Route 66 Auto Body, number 13. He calls himself Mr. Awesome. It is Bill Shimko. 9th to 27 of top qualifier Braden Swaney. Swaney was our champion in the stock compacts a year ago. Green flag coming off of turn number 4. 9 laps are until only 1 car's left. And Makowski and Cottis get together. Cottis is still in it. It's going to be the 57 of Bucky eliminated, and Justin Riniker is going to eliminate Del Vecchio and Cottis going into turn 3. So is the 128 of Cottis and the 15 of Del Vecchio. So your leader, the 175 of Riniker. Second is the 157 of Mishler. Third is Jeffrey Orr. Fourth is Rector. And fifth, the 27 car of Swaney. Five cars left on the raceway. Justin Riniker and the 175 is your leader. Second place, the Tommy Barrett car, driven by Adam Mishler. Third is Jeffrey Orr. Fourth is Rector, and fifth is Swaney. Here comes Orr, racing to the inside for the second position. Jeffrey Orr passing the 157 of Mishler, and Adam Mishler is eliminated. So Mishler goes to the pits. 175 of Riniker leads. Second is Orr. Third is Rector. And fourth, the 27 of Swaney. Five laps in, 4 laps to go. It'll be 3 to go this time for Justin Riniker, making his first start of 2012. Was not here for the season opener. This compact field has improved for week number 2. Still a little bit small, but hopefully we'll get better. And the racing tonight is much more competitive than it was on night number 1. We've got the 175 leading, and now Kyle Rector gets to the inside of the 8 car of Jeffrey Orr heading to turn 3. Battle is for second. 2 to go. Rector on the inside. On the outside is Orr. Orr still in the race, but coming off a 2. Still hanging in there, the 8 car of Orr, but not for long. Possibly can Rector eliminate him? They'll come to the white, and Orr is eliminated. Rector to second. Final lap for the 175 of Riniker. It is Rector going to the outside. That 175 could be Rector's old car. Rector did have a car a couple years ago that Riniker purchased, and Riniker will come off of turn number 4 to the checkered and pick up the pursuit race win in the compacts. Rector second, finishing third is Swaney, the top qualifier, in that sharply done number 27. Just received word that is Rich Duvall's old car, the 175. Does that make sense, Rich? And it does. He gives the thumbs up as he watches the races from the grandstands. Let's hear it for your winner, Justin Riniker. Driver from New Philadelphia, the Riniker Racing 175, and competitive racing in our compact big oval division here tonight. Start, we have the green being ready to be displayed, and we are green flag racing. The 50 car of Frederick into the lead. The 42 of Schreffler, the 83 of Gibson, 21 of Bryan, and 29 of Salisbury. Here comes Bryan looking to the inside of Gibson for third. And Gary Gibson still in there, still trying to hang on, but going through 1 and 2. Gary Gibson is eliminated. Gibson out of the race, down to 4 cars. This one was scheduled for 5 laps. Leading is Frederick, second is Schreffler, third is Bryan, fourth is Salisbury. Down through 1 and 2, drivers woe it down to get on the flat part of the track. No banking down in turns 3 and 4 like they have in 1 and 2. Completely different setup for this small oval. And Tim Frederick has led the first 3 laps. There were 2 to go. To be the white flag this time, 1 to go for the 50 car of Frederick. Salisbury a look to the inside of Bryan. Going down into turn 3. Bryan able to keep the door closed. White flag in the air for Tim Frederick. Frederick sideways. Here comes Schreffler. Oh, he mistimed it. He got into him instead of passing him. That's going to cost him as they go to turns 3 and 4. Salisbury taking third from Bryan. They come to the checkered. Frederick, Schreffler, Bryan, and Salisbury. Victory lane in our stock compact division. These cars are kept mostly stock. They aren't allowed to make a lot of adjustments. They try to keep it affordable, build a compact car for this division, run on the small oval on a weekly basis. Does not have to have a full cage in it, though a cage is recommended, but you can do one relatively cheap. Be competitive here in our stock compact division. The 16 of Bill Burkholder. The 11 car is driven by Joe Usich. The 15 is Greg Hull. The 82 is Tom Ertl, and taking scratch, the 110 is Mike Green. Coming to green off of 4, Lee McCreary and Adam Stewart, 25 laps the distance. Through turns 1 and 2 we go. It's the number 2 car of Lee McCreary, the slight advantage into 3. McCreary taking the lead. It's Stewart racing the high lane. Down through turns 1 and 2. A little bit of contact, I think, between Rosenberry and Stewart. Bouncing off of one another for that number 2 position. They go into turn 3. Hard racing for second. Rosenberry on the low side. On the outside is Stewart. We have completed 2 laps. Oh, look out, Stewart way sideways on the backstretch. Stewart trying to get to the bottom, but Randy Smart, the top qualifier. No, Randy Smart, the feature winner a week ago, is there. Smart takes over 4. Stewart still trying to get to the bottom lane. He can get there now. Stewart gets to the bottom, and Dobbins goes to the outside. Randy Smart on the move in the 17 car. He's up into the number 4 position. I think he started this race in 7th. Here comes Dave Dobbins in the 53 to the outside lane. He's the top qualifier tonight. He's racing with Stewart now. 5 laps down, 20 to go, and Dobbins and Doug Meyer racing for the number 6 position. Your leader, Lee McCreary, 2nd, Alex Rosenberry, 3rd, Kevin McClintock, 4th, is Randy Smart, and 5th is Adam Stewart. Stewart with a 2-car battle behind him. The 62 making the 53 of Dobbins and the 31 of Meyer racing behind the 62 of Stewart. 5th, 6th, and 7th in a battle. 7 laps into the books. Leading the way is Lee McCreary, looking for his first modified feature victory. Also a battle between Matthew Mills and Mark Willison Jr. That's for the number 8 position. I think Willison's going to take it from the rookie. Dave Dobbins looking high now. Dobbins has the door slammed shut by the 62 of Stewart. Meanwhile, McCreary still leading. Third and 4th, running nose to tail. Boy, close racing between Randy Smart and McClintock. McClintock a week ago, mechanical problems in the feature event with only a lap to go in that race. We're closing on the halfway mark of this 25-lap feature. Could be problem ahead for the 53 of Dobbins. They're closing on slower traffic as Tom Ertl, the first driver in our field to go down a lap. Every driver still out there racing that started this 25-lap Summit Racing Economy Modified feature. And Lee McCreary is setting a solid pace in the number 2. McCreary Rosenberry, McClintock, they'll see the cross flags halfway this time. 13 in, 12 to go for the two of McCreary. Running in the fourth position is Randy Smart. He's trying to make it 2 for 2 to start the year. Picked up the win on opening night. Hanging on to fifth right now is Adam Stewart. He's got his hands full, though, between Doug Meyer and Dave Dobbins. They're right behind him. A couple of drivers with a lot of modified experience. This just Stewart's second year behind the wheel of a mod. Looks like the handle a little bit free on the 62 exiting the turns. Meyer's going to try to take advantage of that. McCreary, if this race stays green, is going to be hard to beat. Might be on his way to his first ever modified victory. Oh, Stewart sideways and Meyer makes a run. Doug Meyer to the inside of Adam Stewart for the number 5 position. Meyer takes 5th. Dobbins will try to take 6th. Stewart is sideways and Dobbins is going to get the run. Last year's point champion up into the 6th spot. Stewart runs 7th, running 8th Willison, running 9th is Mills, running 10th is Usage, 11th is Green, 12th is Hull, 13th is Burkholder, and 14th, 1 lap down, or more than that now, is Ertl as he's pulled pit side. Coming in on lap 19, it is 6 laps to go for the leader, Lee McCreary. He's saying, please stay green for these final 6. 5.5 now to go for Lee McCreary, and his lead has grown on the number 12 of Rosenberry. McCreary running in the 15 1s and 2s, would need to go in the 14s to break out, so he's in great shape. Lee McCreary stout in the 2 car. Randy Smart, one of the stronger battles right now. He's trying to get by McClintock for 3rd. If McClintock's able to make it to the finish, I don't know whether he'll be able to make the run. Kevin's protecting the bottom lane perfectly until just about right there, and he is able to hold off the 17 of Randy Smart. 3 to go. Joe Usage has pulled pit side in the 11. He's our second driver out of the race. Two laps to go for the number 2 car. This time by Lee McCreary. In the Summit Racing Economy Modified Division is getting down to the final circuits. He races to 3 and goes into 4. He'll see the white flag this time. 1 lap to go for the new Philadelphia driver, Lee McCreary. Field spread out all the way around the 3/10 mile oval at Midvale Speedway. McCreary to turn 3, the M&D Design, Canton Auto Sales, Double Eagle Tattoos, Car Automotive 2. Lee McCreary the win. 2nd to Rosenberry, 3rd to McClintock, 4th to Smart, 5th to Meyer. 6th to Dobbins, 7th to Stewart, 8th to Burkholder, 9th. Now Burkholder actually 11th, 1 lap down, so 8th place goes to Mills, 9th to Willison, 10th to Green, 11th to Burkholder, and Lee McCreary has picked up his first career Summit Racing Economy Modified feature win. Flag to flag tonight in the Summit Racing Economy Modified Division. He was stout in the number 2 and pulled away down the stretch to pick up his first career modified victory. Let's hear it for New Philadelphia's Lee McCreary. Face the crowd. Lee, congratulations on the win tonight. The number 2 car was outstanding. You did it in front of a pretty nice crowd here at the newly renovated Midvale Speedway. You got out front, and I'm sure once you were out there, you knew you had a decent lead build up. You didn't want to see a yellow, and you didn't get one.
No, I didn't know I had a lead. I thought Stewart was right there. And first of all, before I forget, I want to thank Steve Swan over there. He helped me a bunch the last 2 weeks.
That thing is set up. You got through the turns. You were smooth. It was consistent. That's a big thing about this class, being consistent and be able to keep your momentum up because of the crate engine.
Oh, yeah, if you got to get on your brakes, you're done. And it's fun. It's a blast. I thought I liked my pure stock, but this is better.
And it's pretty affordable for being a fast division, too.
Yeah, it is. If you pick up the right car, get some good sponsors. Yeah, it ain't bad. It's cheaper than a pure stock nowadays.
I know you have some people you want to thank, and I know you're racing in memory of Bill McCreary, your father, who passed away in the off-season. Congratulations on your win.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife. She's been there all the time.
Dink, thanks, congratulations, great run tonight. Your winner, first feature win in the modifieds, Lee McCreary. Wow, that was a close call. Makowski came back onto the track and nearly got into the 27 of Swaney. For the lead, Adam Mishler in the 157 on the outside of Colton Cottis. The number one position up for grabs, and Mishler goes into the top spot. Dan Bucky to the infield in the 57 car. Problems for the Swaney 57 of Dan Bucky. Your new leader, the 22 of Kyle Rector. He drops off the pace, though, and two cars scoot by to the outside lane. Orr into the lead. Mishler back into second. Rector drops back to third. But now Rector has picked up the pace again. Kyle Rector's done some strange things in the past, but I don't think that he's given up the lead that easily before. I wonder what happened to the car, or if he just checked up to try it again. But Rector back up to second, car running okay now. Jeffrey Orr in the 8th, the leader. Rector second. Third is Mishler. Fourth, the 175 of Reneker, and fifth, the 80 of Lenny Orr. We are halfway, 8 laps in, 7 laps to go, and Jeffrey Orr leads Kyle Rector. Rector's going to look to the bottom on the backstretch. Orr will hold him off for now. And also Braden Swaney being challenged by Lenny Orr back in the field. Your leader, Jeffrey Orr in the number 8, Kyle Rector in the 22, Tom Barrett, his number 157, driven by Mishler. It's running third, 175 car of Reneker running fourth, and fifth is Swaney. 5 laps to go, final 5 circuits for the leader, Jeffrey Orr. 11 in, 4 to go this time. Orr, Rector, Mishler, and Riniker the top 4. Rector a good run in turn 2. He pulls alongside Orr. Down the backstretch they go to 3. Orr is going to close the door yet again. This battle's not over between those two. It could get a little bit hairy in a moment. A little bit of contact there as Rector's going to look to the outside. Rector will again try to drop to the bottom and get a run. Nope, just kidding. He's going to go to the outside lane down the backstretch as Orr protects the low side. 2 laps to go, 13 complete at the line for Jeffrey Orr. Jeffrey Orr, your leader. Rector keeps trying to set up Orr for a move underneath him in 2, but he showed his hand 1 too many laps early possibly. Braden Swaney, the top qualifier, also trying for 3rd. Final lap, 1 to go. Number 8 of Jeffrey Orr. Rector looks low, can't do it again. Coming off of 2, down to turn 3. He might give it one last try in 3 and 4. Rector hard into the corner. They come to the final turn. Terry Coletti with a double checkered, and Jeffrey Orr to victory lane for the first time in 2012. Rector 2nd, Mishler 3rd, Swaney 4th, Riniker 5th. Finishing 6th is Lenny Orr. 7th will go to Nate Makowski, 1 lap down. The Jack's Auto Express Tusky transmission, number 8, coming to victory lane on the front stretch. He'll back into place underneath the downtown Ford victory lane sign on the brand new Eddie Warmack Memorial Flag Stand here at Midvale Speedway. Last week, 2nd place. Tonight, 1st place. Ready to climb out from behind the wheel of the car. Your winner tonight, Jeffrey Orr. Jeffrey, congratulations, the number 8. Number 8 car good tonight, and our racing in this division was actually really good tonight. Last week it was kind of lopsided. Max was really fast. You were just about as fast, and then the rest of the guys were kind of just putting around. Tonight we had 9 or 10 cars that really were pretty competitive.
Yeah, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom. I want to say thanks to my dad. I wouldn't be here in Victory Lane if it wasn't for him and John McNutt for building this beautiful car.
2nd place and a 1st place to start the season. I would say you might find yourself leading the points heading to week number 3.
Yep, that was my plan. I just wanted to show them what I got.
Got a Summit Racing hat on. Anybody else you want to thank?
I want to thank my girlfriend Lacey. She made it in the Tilted Kilt calendar, so if you guys out there like Tilted Kilt, she's in the calendar. First one from Ohio.
Let's hear it for Jeffrey and his girlfriend. This race is complete with your winner, Jeffrey Orr, in victory lane, celebrating with the folks from Twin State Auto Racing Fan Club here at Midvale Speedway. Side by side for the start. Bryant Smith and Bob Schneider Jr. row 1. Bubba Smith in row 2 with Rich Desecker outside. And Rick Siblet, top qualifier, starting 5th. 30 laps the distance for the late models. Schneider sideways on the start. Schneider in the 17 lit up his tires. Fortunately, everybody able to continue on. That could have got ugly as the 17 of Schneider just lit up the tires a little bit for the start. Schneider in the 17, Smith in the 12, racing for the runner-up position. Bryant Smith the leader, Bubba Smith, and Bob Schneider Jr. for the second position. Up, Jonathan Ritter. Jonathan Ritter and Rich Desecker get together in turn number 2. We have completed 3 laps with Desecker restarting from the tail. So Bryant Smith and Bob Schneider Jr. coming over to the stripe in turn 4 to get us started with 3 laps in, 27 to go. Late model racing back underway at Midvale. Into the first turn we go. Smith holds the bottom. Bubba Smith, his brother, looking low, but the lane never opened. Down into the third corner. Battle for the lead between Bryant Smith and Schneider. Schneider sideways off the turn, and Bubba Smith's going to look to the low side. Bubba Smith to the low side, and now here comes Jay Berg racing with a 63 of Sibla for 4th. Bryant Smith, your race leader again. Bubba Smith, his older brother, trying to take second away, and does on the front stretch. Side-by-side action for the number 2 position. Bubba Smith into the number 2 spot. Schneider holding in pretty well in the outside lane, but Sibla's most likely going to get by as well. And then it'll be Schneider trying to drop to the bottom. 6 laps complete. 24 to go in this long late model feature at Midvale Speedway. Sibla from 5th now to 3rd. Rick Sibla, top qualifier to 3rd. See some sparks bottoming out that number 12 car of Bubba Smith. And last time by, he was a couple tenths slower than Bryant Smith. Sibla, top qualifier, starts now to challenge the number 12 of Bubba Smith for the second position. Battle for second. Last week's Sibla looking good in the inside groove. Sibla drops to the low side on the backstretch, trying to make a run at last year's point champion. 11 laps in. Rick Sibla just whipping for an opening on Bubba Smith. Bubba sideways, middle of the backstretch that time. The front rotors are going, and Schneider has made that a 3-car battle for second. Bubba Smith lighting up the tires on the straightaways. He's had some problems with the electric on that car, electrical problem for the first night. And now he's got all kinds of power, and he's lighting up the tires. Sibla to the outside of Smith, down in 1 and 2, and Sibla taking the second spot away from Bubba Smith. Can't get enough rear track off the turns. Halfway, 15 laps to go, and Sibla 2.5 quicker than the number 1 of Bryant Smith. Schneider working on Smith now. Boy, Bubba's got his hand full, sliding sideways down the straightaways off the corners. Schneider, after dropping in line, is putting on a good run in the 17. That time, Brian Smith about the same lap time as Rick Sibla. Be coming in on lap number 19 this time. 19 and 11 to go for Brian Smith, Rick Sibla, Bubba Smith, Bob Schneider Jr., and the 22 of Ron Jaber Jr. looking for the second straight top 5 finish for that car. Miller drove it on open. Larry Baker's 06 sounds like it's off the pace. Great qualifying effort for Baker earlier. Sibla 2/10 quicker that time by the 63 of closing on the number 1 of Brian Smith. Oh, Sibla sideways, working it off the turns. Car getting a little bit free. That's him some time. In fact, he gains just a 10th that lap. He had to pull out, trying to reel in the number 1 of Brian Smith. Yellow. Caution for the 21 of Rich Desecker. Up a win last Saturday night here at Midvale. He picked up a win last night at Barberton. He looks to make it 3 feature wins in a row. Rick Sibla in car 63 on the outside of Brian Smith for the restart. Here we go. Good restart between the two. It's Rick Sibla, the slight advantage. Smith and he down the backstretch. Going into the third turn. Brian Smith fighting back. Giving it all he can in the inside lane. Hugs the bottom tightly. Lap 22, 8 to go. Good race up front between Brian Smith and Rick Sibla. Sibla strong in the middle of 1 and 2. Brian Smith racing for the win. They're going at it side by side down into turn 3. Great racing in our late model feature at Midvale Speedway. Giving each other room, just some slight rubs once in a while. It'll be 6 laps to go next time. As Brian Smith goes back into the lead, he'll have Rick Sibla still fighting hard. 24 completes for the 1 of Brian Smith and a 63 of Rick Sibla. Sibla still working the outside groove. Bubba Smith running third. His right rear tire cooled down a little bit under the caution. He's running okay now. Jayberg running 4th, and 5th place is Ritter. 5 laps to go. 5 from the finish as Rick Sibla tries to find a way around the leader. Brian Smith down into turn 1, the leader with 4 laps remaining. Ricky Sibla still challenging, but not quite as he was after the double file restart. If Smith doesn't make a mistake, I think he is in good shape to pick up the win tonight. 3 to go. Rick Sibla right there. Brian Smith in the lead. Down the backstretch into the third corner. They race to 4. 2 to go. 2 laps remaining for Brian Smith. Boy, Sibla had a look to the inside momentarily. Couldn't make it work. He's got an opportunity still. Oh, Smith checks up, middle of the backstretch. Sibla gets to the inside. Oh, they're side by side and they spin in 3 and 4. Coming up next, our Midvale Speedway Pure Stock 20-lap feature. Brian Smith low, Bubba Smith high. They had some problems starting side by side in 2011. Trying not to do the same here. The restarts have been good tonight. 2 from the finish. Ready for a restart. Coletti looks him over and we're back underway. Brian Smith goes into the lead. Bubba Smith running second. 3 wide behind him. Oh, Randy Smith and Mark Willison get together. Willison spins. And caution, flag is out. Yellow flag is out. Randy Smith and Mark Willison get together. Bad break for Ed Middaugh, just nowhere to go with the spinning Willison going into turn 3. Here we go, to finish green, white, checkered at Midvale Speedway for the McIntosh Oil Company late model feature. slight advantage going into turn number 2, but it was Bubba that had the original better start. He might want to drop into line as Jaybird will take third. And running fourth is Ritter, coming to the white flag. Final circuit for Brian Smith. Brian Smith, Bubba Smith, Ron Jaybird Jr., the 28 car of Ritter, and the 48 of Molnar running fifth. How about Gene Molnar Jr. in fifth? Checkered flag. Brian Smith the win. Bubba Smith second. Jaybird fourth. Molnar in the number 5 position. More impressive than anything is Gene Molnar Jr. just had his best career late model finish of 5th in the 48. It was a rough opening night for the 1 of Brian Smith and the 54 of Doug McMillan. Tonight, he's able to hold on for the victory as he comes to victory lane. Some tough challengers from behind, as he had Rick Sibla, the top qualifier. He also had Bubba Smith challenging. He had Jaybird closing in the 22. Ready to climb out from behind the wheel. Your winner, Brian Smith. Bryant, tonight went a little better for yourself than it did last week. It was a tough race between you and Doug for the first few starts, but on to tonight, the car was pretty good. The restarts were good. That first start probably scared you a little bit. Bob slid his tires a little bit. You guys got together, but both of you steered out of it, did a great job. Yeah, I saw him get loose on the outside, and I gave him a little bit of room, but you can only give so much room. I was hoping we'd hold on to it. We got together, and everything worked out good for me. Bob slid up the track a little bit, and I was cruising around. I never wanted to see a caution after that. You guys didn't have a caution until with 2 laps to go, and you're like, oh, man, it's Rick Sibla that's going to challenge me, and he was stout. You guys ran, well, it was actually a little bit earlier than 2 laps to go when that yellow came out, because you guys ran side by side, barely laying a fender on each other for a long time to that little deal down in turn 3. Yeah, I was messing with his father earlier. He's been wearing a big top hat, and I told him to take it off before the race because it's giving him good luck, and I said, if you keep that hat on, he's probably going to pass me during this race, and we went to turn 1, and I got into him a little bit one time. I drove it in, got in the side of him, but I felt bad for that wreck because I got loose. That's the only reason he had a chance. If I wouldn't have got loose, the race probably would have ended. I got loose. He got a look, and it was in the gray area, and, going for the lead, I kind of felt bad for him, but, I got to do what you got to do to win. I didn't mean to get into him like that, but it happened. Whether it be boos or cheers, let's have a nice round of applause and make some noise for the winner, Brian Smith. George Bowers in the 0, Bill Abil in the 31 car, coming to the green off of turn 4. Bowers running good tonight, but Abil, great starting spot for second there. Here we go. We're underway in the 31 of Abil. As expected, goes into the lead. Cars behind him, double wide, even 3 wide for a moment as the 50 car of Oliver went all the way to the high side. Your leader, the 31 of Bill Abil. Second place battle between the 0 of Bowers and the 2 of Leinert. The 49 of Teddy Oliver trying to make his way to the front in that car, and it looks to be pretty quick. We may see him in the top 5 before the end of this one, and I would almost guarantee it. Your leader, the 31 of Bill Abil. Your leader, Bill Abil, in the 31. Second place, George Bowers. Third, Joe Leinert. Fourth, Shimko. And Teddy Oliver racing with top qualifier Mike Martin. He's going to try to go around him in the outside lane. Bill Shimko to the inside of George Bowers. Joe Leinert in the number 2 car racing with Bowers. He takes over the number 3 spot. It will be 5 laps in, 5 complete with 15 to go. Abil leads the way. Last week's winner, Shimko, running second. Third place, the number 2 of Leinert. Fourth, the 0 of Bowers. And fifth, the 50 of Oliver. Impressive run for Teddy Oliver in the 49. That's the Harmon car. Running it to get points here in the feature. Oh, George Bowers sideways in the 0 as the 50 of Joe Oliver goes around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. Your leader, the 31 car of Bill Abil. Second place is Shimko. And third place, the 2 of Joe Leinert. Joe Oliver trying to clear the 0 of Bowers down into turn 3. Closing on the halfway mark. It will be 9 laps in, 11 to go. Sounds like the 6 of Martin just a little bit ill during this race. Oh, Tom Early sideways on the front stretch. We are at the halfway mark and just past it now with 11 in, 9 to go. And Bill Abil continues to lead. Vince Martin in the number 5 car has gone down the circuit. Martin running currently in 13th. Sean Kaufman, the only driver out of the race. He's 14th in the rundown. Pulled out after lap 7. Vince Martin really slowing up in the second groove. The battle now between 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th as George Bowers, Don Boron, Teddy Oliver, and Mike Martin have converged. Abil got a little bit sideways in 1 and 2 that time. Abil leads the way. Shimko second, Leinert third. Fourth place, Joe Oliver. Fifth, George Bowers. Sixth, Don Boron. Seventh, Teddy Oliver. Eighth, Mike Martin. Ninth is Anders. And 10th is Pass Waters. And now Mike Martin gets to the inside of Oliver on the front straightaway. One of those cars did not sound good on the front stretch. Down to the final 4 circuits. 3 wide over in 3 and 4 as the 5 of Vince Martin moving over for the lead lap cars. Shimko in the 13. In the runner-up position with Joe Leinert in the 2 car running third. Running fourth, the 50 of Joe Oliver. Running fifth, the 82 of Boron. TJ Barker, he's gone down a lap. He moves over and he takes his ride pit side. Sugarbush off the track. Final circuit, white flag this time for your leader, Bill Abil. Coming into the checkered flag, winning it will be Bill Abil. Second, Shimko. First and a second for Shimko so far. Third for Leinert. Fourth to Joe Oliver. Fifth place to Boron. Sixth to Bowers. Seventh place to Teddy Oliver. Eighth place to Mike Martin. His car definitely off the pace. Electrical problems there, it sounds like. And then Passwaters comes across the line in ninth. Anders in 10th. Another good run for the 13 of Shimko. Go ahead and grab a hold of his exhaust there and hold it up, Terry. Pull it back up. You good? Oh, he only catches tires that are loose on the front stretch. I forgot. Bill Shimko, the runner-up, bowing down to the winner tonight. He pulled away at the start and held on to the victory. Earlier tonight, his brother Lee McCreary picking up a feature win in the modifieds, and Bill Abil finds victory lane in the pure stocks. Put your hands together. Bill, congratulations, the win tonight. Earlier tonight, Lee picked up a win. The family continues a hot streak tonight as you pick up the win in the pure stocks.
I like to dedicate it to my dad like Nink did. Yeah, my dad kept us going for years.
He was a big racing supporter, that's for sure.
Yeah, he sure was. We miss him too.
This car was pretty good, as it always is. A couple times I noticed you sliding around a little bit down on 1 and 2, but they never caught you.
Nah, I've been working on this thing since about 9 o'clock this morning. Between this one and the 13 car.
Well, you've been working on it since 9 this morning because you didn't work on it all week, right?
Right, started last night.
That's correct. Let's hear it for the winner, Bill Abil.
I want to wish happy birthday to my daughter, Natalie.
So happy birthday to Natalie as well, celebrating here tonight at Midvale Speedway. Stock Compacts coming up next for their feature. Boy, our drivers tonight, and I don't want to speak too soon. And a big thanks again to the Twin State Auto Racing Club for coming out tonight and supporting us here at Midvale Speedway. Hopefully we'll see a lot of their members back. Unbelievably, we ran heats, we ran pursuits, and we ran features, and we only got one more race left tonight. The drivers keeping the program and the show moving right along. Keeps going like this, we'll be able to add some heats to the dashes to the program too, as they did a great job. The pure stocks going. Frederick in the 50. Down the back stretch with Schreffler on the inside of the 42. We're ready for the opening start. 12 laps. We are green for the final feature of the night. Your leader coming off of turn number 2. Look out. 42 car Schreffler. Uh-oh, 21 O'Brien gets pushed off the track. We'll keep on running though. Got some nose piece problem on that 21. Here comes Brian to the inside of Gibson for the number 4 position. He's able to get by for the 4 spot. We've completed 2 laps. There are 10 to go. And here comes top qualifier Blaine Salisbury. It might be tight, it might be flat, it might be the small oval. But who says you can't use the outside lane as Salisbury trying to prove him wrong. Takes the second spot. Outside Salisbury going for the lead. Now we're single file. Holding the bottom is Frederick. Salisbury right there. Frederick in the lead. Frederick trying to protect the bottom. Gets some contact from the 29. We are going to be halfway. Your leader, Blaine Salisbury, and the 29. Your leader, Salisbury. Frederick dropped into the second spot. The 42 car of Schreffler is third. The 21 of Colton Bryan is fourth. And the 83 of Gary Gibson runs into the number 5 position. Three laps to go, 9 laps complete for the 29 of Salisbury. Coming to white flag this time. Final circuit for the 29. Final lap for Salisbury. He's looking to start the season 2 for 2. They go into turn number 3. Your leader into turn 4. Coming down the front stretch. 2 for 2 is Blaine Salisbury. Frederick's going to take second. Third goes to the 42 car of Schreffler. Fourth to the 21 of Bryan, and fifth spot to the 83 of Gibson. Tonight's racing action in the books. Night number 2. A smooth event. Heats, pursuits, and features for all 5 divisions, and Blaine Salisbury has lost his helmet in turn 2. Look rolling down the track. He has lost his lid. But he did pick up win number 2 to start the season. Your winner, Blaine Salisbury. Week 3 coming up a week from tonight, Saturday, May 19th. Canton Car Connection will present the Pittsburgh Circle Track Club Spectator Drags, Late Models, Modifieds, Pure Stocks, Compacts, and Stock Compacts with heats, pursuits, and features a week from tonight at Midvale Speedway. Big thanks to Summit Racing Equipment, tonight's sponsor of action at Midvale. Also a thanks to Liberty Digital TV providing us with the satellite and receiver for the racing action of the Cup Series at Darlington. Big thanks to you race fans for coming out to make night number 2 a success. Join us next Saturday at 6:30 for week number 3 here at Midvale. Please remember to buckle up and drive home safely.